Okay, so today I want to share with you the second aspect of the intuitive eating methodology. I'm going to get to it in a minute. But before we start, I really want to talk a little bit about diets. Now, look, I've been doing this a long time, in and out of this industry a long time. And I've seen diets come and go before. Every decade, there is something new. And there's the new in thing everybody's talking about right now. We did it in the 80s as well. It's just called a different name. When you diet, what you do is you stop listening to your innate sense, your own wisdom, and you stop trusting your body, and instead you're placing your power in somebody else's methodology. You are unique. There's no one-size-fits-all model. Now, this is not about not understanding nutrition and not looking at foods as to their ability to sustain and nourish your body. It's not about that. But it's about making the choice from your heart. You know, yesterday, Weight Watchers have released an app for kids. And it just goes against the grain of everything that I believe, and so do many other people in this space believe. In fact, I see so many people now who have been following something like Weight Watchers from the time they were teenagers, and it's really messed them up. We shouldn't ever be teaching kids this. What we need to teach kids is how they feel about food, but we forget. So I want to get the second tip of the methodology, and the reason I say all this up front is because it's really important. So the second step in the 4-step methodology, so the first one was allow. I now allow myself to eat anything I want, letting go of the constant restriction. You're giving yourself permission to make the choices. The second one is ask. And this is, I believe, the most critical part of this, is to ask your body what it feels like. I now allow myself to eat anything I want. What does my body feel like? Now, this is where many people get hung up on this, because it's about separating your head from your body. And because we've dieted or listened to everybody telling us what's right and wrong, we've got all this information in our heads. So sometimes when what does my body really feel like? I feel like Mars bar. And we go, oh no, I can't have a Mars bar because it's got that much sugar in it, and it's got dairy, and it can't be this, and it's really bad for me, blah, blah. So the head is telling you you can't eat all this stuff, even though at that moment you just think, I just want a chocolate. And if you had a chocolate, it's no big deal. It's not going to be the end of the world if you have a chocolate. In fact, have the chocolate, because you won't just satisfy that craving for a moment. But when we get into restriction, what we do is go, I can't have the chocolate. No. So then you'll go and have, I know I'll have some rice cakes with peanut butter and honey. And then you'll say, I'll have, I don't know, it looks like some good chocolate biscuits in there. I'll just have one or two. And then there's the Nutella in the cupboard. I'm just going to stand at the sink and eat Nutella off the spoon. When if you just had the chocolate bar, it would have been over. But because the information is swirling around in your head about good foods and bad foods and what I should and what I shouldn't eat, and you're trying to follow somebody else who's doing it, you lose that sense, your innate wisdom. This intuitive eating process is a journey. I call it a journey, and I call it embrace the journey. It's like our last frontier for many of us who created successes in our business and our lives. It's like the thing we don't want to talk about anymore. It's like that thing that we think, I need to lose weight, ha, ha, ha. I need to go on another diet, ha, ha, ha. No, every single diet you ever go on is just setting up a binge for later on. In fact, all the research is showing that the more diets you go on, the more weight you will put on. In fact, there was a study done a few years ago, studied 31 diets, and found that in the long term, people ended up putting more weight on after they came off the diet. The science is there that this stuff doesn't work, and yet each year, somebody else is coming up with something else. Intuitive eating means you are in charge. So step 2, what does my body feel like? Get out of your head. Don't let your head make the decision. Make your heart make the decision. And the way you do that is to let go of all that stuff about worthiness and value, because really that's what it comes down to. We make the decision based on how we value our bodies, how we value ourselves. And that's the inner work. You know, there's in the book Lighter, which is coming out in November, I talk about the four aspects. Sustenance, which is food. Spirit, which is the whole of us, the soul of us. Strength, which is our emotional and physical strength, must go hand in hand. And finally, the success, the steps to help you get there. So it's a whole person approach, not just diet, this journey. In fact, in the book, it makes up 10% of it. Of the 75,000 words in the book, there's about 7,000 that's about this. The rest is about the rest of your body. So, second aspect of this methodology is, I now allow myself to eat anything I want. Number 2, what does my body really feel like? Let me know in the comments below what you think. How does that feel for you? It's just the most incredibly freeing way to live. And guess what happens? Your body will naturally settle at its perfect, natural, sensual, energetic, powerful shape when you stop trying to run it. See you soon.